Hello, 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 and welcome to lesson 5 of our Fortnite unit. I hope everybody is well and that you are all staying safe and you're looking after yourselves and your family and you're being nice and you're keeping up with all of the work that your teachers are doing. I'm sure you will appreciate being back in school very, 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 very soon. So, first of all, I know I haven't been doing these in the last few lessons, but it'll be a good idea to do it now. Bear with me just 1 second. Bear with me. Bear with me. Bear with me. I'm just going to do a quick register just to make sure that you're all here. Hello, good morning, Abdullah. Good morning, Corey. Good morning, Jake. Good morning, Maddie Day. Good morning, BB. Good morning, Idman. Good morning, Jack. Good morning, Mohab. Good morning, Maddie Rawcliffe. Good morning, Alex. Good morning, Ollie. And good morning, Callum. I hope everybody is well and let's get cracking. So, as you can see on the video straight away, we've got a entry ticket. So this is the first bit of work that I would like you to do in this lesson. Okay, in our last lesson, in lesson 4, basically you had a whole load of information to read and you got to make notes on that information. So from that information, from that research on the website and on the article that I put in the last lesson, I would like you to answer these 3 questions, 1, 2, 3 questions, without opening your book, using your knowledge that you got from that lesson. Okay, you've got 3 questions. Which company developed Fortnite? And that's 1 mark. Name 2 different game modes developed under the Fortnite franchise. That's 2 marks. And briefly explain 2 other ways the video game developers can make profit on a game. That's 4 marks. Okay, if you're finished that and you really want to challenge yourself, here's the challenge task. Do you think Fortnite's developers have created a successful model for the development of video games? Bullet point reasons for your answers. So once you've finished those 3 questions, you can attempt the challenge task. Okay, you can pause the video now and get on with the task. Okay, so you should have paused that video, got on with those 3 questions and possibly the challenge task. Well done to those of you that have attempted the challenge task. So we can see the answers now to these questions are coming up on the board. Which company developed Fortnite? It was Epic Games. Epic Games for 1 mark. Name 2 different game modes developed under the Fortnite franchise. You've got, so there's Epic Games. You've got Battle Royale, Creator, and Save the World. So there are 3 different options you could have given. You were asked to give 2. Okay, so those are the 3 options. And finally, briefly explain 2 other ways the video game developers can make profit on a game. You could have said things like in-game purchases such as skins, weapons, and extra lives, so stuff that you can buy it within the game, downloadable content such as maps and things like that, merchandise such as t-shirts, caps, toy figures. Fortnite has got a big business in the merchandise that they sell, exclusive content, events such as conventions and tournaments of the game, and synergy with other brands. So for example, Fortnite crossover with Star Wars, so you can have Star Wars characters and things like that in situations within the Fortnite brand. We will be looking at some of this as we go through this lesson and some of it as we go through our next couple of lessons. So if you haven't got your head around that straight away now, don't worry, don't panic. We'll be going over a lot of that stuff as we go through the next few lessons. So, your title for today is this: Industry, How Epic Games Makes a Profit. Okay, don't worry about the date up there. It says Monday 27th of April. That is the date that I'm recording this, but it's not the date that it's that you'll be looking at it. So don't worry about the date, but the title is How Epic Games Makes a Profit. So get that written down, please. Our learning objective is to demonstrate an understanding of how Epic Games make a profit from the Fortnite franchise. Okay, and whenever you see this little fella here, this little emoji making notes, this is a time for you to be making notes, listening to the words that I'm saying and reading some of the information that I'm giving you. Okay. Right. So we've got a title and we know that we should be making notes in this lesson. So first thing we're going to be doing, and you can see our note making dude up here. So you should be making notes today. So here's some figures. I'm going to give you some numbers here. Okay. Fortnite made approximately $2.4 billion US dollars in 2018. $2.4 billion US dollars in 2018. All right. In the first 10 months since its release in July 2017, Fortnite amassed an audience of 125 million players and netted 1.2 billion US dollars in revenue. So in its first 10 months, 125 million players was its audience, and it made in revenue 1.2 billion US dollars. As you can see, that's a lot of bucks. That's a lot of chi, I think you might call it, or cheddar, or p, or dollar, or whatever. It's a lot of money. Okay, sorry, I'm doing that cringy thing where a middle-class white man starts to talk in Ute speak, like the Mandem. Okay, so next bit of information. When the Fortnite app launched on the iPhone on April the 1st, 2018, it reportedly made $2 million a day from players on Apple's iOS. That's the i operating system. Okay, so the operating system that all iPhone, iPad users use. While other games have a revenue of $1 billion in their first year after launch, Fortnite was the first to do it by releasing their game for free. Now, this is a key bit of information, and you need to be making sure that you write this down. Fortnite, it was released on the iPhone for free, but they still made $2 million a day. So we're going to be looking at how that can happen with this. Okay, so $2 million a day on Apple iPhone, but it was done for free. Okay, and finally, Epic Games, which makes Fortnite, reportedly valued at 15 billion US dollars in October 2018. So these statistics, these numbers are about 2018 going into 2019. It's okay to have information like this that's a little bit out of date. Okay, I'm using this because I've put this information together when I found out that Fortnite was going to be our game that we're looking at. So I looked at all of the complete data for 2018. I didn't do it for 2019, and obviously 2020 isn't finished. As of March 2019, it reported that there are 250 million people playing this game. So these bits of information, these numbers, these figures, very, very important, and it really is important for you to make a note of all of this information. Okay, you don't need to remember these figures, but it's important to know how much of an impact on the gaming industry Fortnite has had. Okay, you don't need to know this all kind of learned verbatim. You don't need to know it all off the top of your head, but you do need to know that Fortnite changed the way games are played, but it's also how it changed the way games are sold. And that is the key bit of information that we're looking at today. It's the money making. Where do they make their money if they're giving the thing away for free? Okay, you can pause the video now to finish making those notes, and I'll shut up. Okay, we will be moving on now. Okay, so I would just a little bit of a recap on some of the information that you might have got from the Fortnite website when you were doing your research last lesson. Okay, so you can see that your task now, what I would like you to write down are the main differences between Save the World and Battle Royale game types on the game. Okay, again, you can see this little duty man. You can, I'm expecting you to be making notes. Okay, so I would like you to do that now. Pause the video while you're making notes answering that question. Okay, so few things. If you didn't really know the main differences between Save the World and Battle Royale, I'll give you some of those answers now. The first thing we want to be thinking about is Save the World is player versus environment, or PvE. Okay, it's paid for. The game itself costs around 35 quid for a founder's pack, so that's the kind of most basic pack that you can get. You can you can pay for it, and it's around the same amount of cost of any game. Okay, and basically within this game you play against the game. Okay, the environment, the things that the game sends to you to fight against, and all that kind of jazz. Okay, with Fortnite Battle Royale, it's player versus player. Okay, it's free, and within the free package that you get default skins and emotes, etc. It's all the kind of basic stuff. But the game itself essentially is free, okay, and you play within the environment that the game gives you, but you play against other gamers. You are playing against other gamers, not playing against the game itself. Okay, Save the World came out before Battle Royale. Okay, and it's very useful for us to know also that you can use V-Bucks, which is a virtual currency or money within Fortnite, that you earn when you do really well, if you fight through different levels and stuff like that in Save the World. If you do really well, you can earn your V-Bucks, and then you can purchase things with those V-Bucks in Battle Royale. So you can transfer the money or the virtual money that you earn in Save the World to enhance your Battle Royale experience. Okay. Again, pause the video to make any notes that you didn't have from what I've just gone through. Okay, we're going to carry on now going through. Okay. The question now is, and again, you can see this little fella here. So you're going to be making notes. We need to be thinking about, why did they decide to make Battle Royale for free? Remember, these people are a company. They are there to make money. Okay. They might enjoy what they're doing. They probably enjoyed putting Fortnite together. They probably felt that they are doing something creatively, but essentially they are a company and they are there to make money. So why did they decide to make Battle Royale for free? Well, the main reason is it was a legal thing that they had to do. Okay, it was legal reasons for making Battle Royale for free. Okay, you need to know this, so make notes. Okay, I'm reminding you that now. Okay, so PUBG Corporation, who developed PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, were going to sue Epic Games for copyright. All right, so they were going to take them to court because copyright means that you are copying other people's ideas or other people's properties. Okay, so for example, if I write a song and that song sounds like a song from somebody else, I could be sued for copyright infringement. Okay, and that's just the same in gaming. If you make a game that's really similar to another game, then you can get sued for that. Okay. Epic Games was originally upfront about Fortnite Battle Royale's inspiration. In fact, they made a quote saying, yeah, we made a PvP, player versus player, mode for Fortnite. Epic said, we love Battle Royale games like PUBG, and thought Fortnite would make a great foundation for our own version. So they were quite clear, yeah, we took inspiration from PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds, okay? And this is a key piece of information, both Epic Games and PUBG Core are partly owned by the Chinese firm Tencent. Okay, and I'll talk to you a little bit about that now. So both of these games, Battlegrounds and Fortnite, are owned by different companies, but they are owned in part by the Chinese firm Tencent. Now, you can see that there's a link here. Okay, I've put this link on the Show My Homework assignment, which gives you a little bit more information if you want to do that reading, want to do that research and read a little bit more about the industry behind it. This will give you a little bit more information about Tencent, and the article looks something like this. If my computer can just decide it wants to work. Oh no, can't do that. Okay, hang on. No, here we go. The website looks like this. Mr. McGettigan's computer is really slow. It's deciding it doesn't want to work. See, even in these strange times, Mr. McGettigan gets frustrated by computers. I'm not going to punch the computer screen now, so you can stop being so excited about that. All right. Well, you don't need to see the article. You will see that I have put a link up to an article on Tencent. I would suggest certainly those of you that want to get a real in-depth knowledge of the industry behind it, who owns it, the companies that own Fortnite are Epic, but Epic are owned by another company, by other companies, and you will be able to find out about that. Okay, and this key bit of information: both Fortnite and PUBG also use Epic Games' Unreal Engine. Okay, and that is an engine, a computer engine that helps them create their games. Okay, so I'll ask you to pause the video now just to make any notes that you need to make. Okay, we will get back to it now. Okay. So, I would like you now to complete this task. First one, which game development company threatened to sue Epic Games for copyright? Just gone through that, so just a little bit of a knowledge recap. And that's PUBG Corporation. Okay. Next one, what is the game engine that both PUBG and Fortnite use to develop their game? Can you remember the game engine? Write it down. Write it down. That is the Unreal Engine. Question 3. What does PvP stand for? Write it down, please. That's player versus player. Question 4. What does PvE stand for? PvP stands for player versus player. What does PvE stand for? That is player versus environment. And is Fortnite Save the World PvE or PvP? Is Save the World PvE or PvP? Player versus player or player versus environment? It is PvE, player versus environment. Okay, Battle Royale is the PvE format. So, Your last thing that I would like you to do is I want you to prepare a presentation. I want you to write the script for what you would say in a presentation. 1 minute presentation. You can write the script on paper. You can do it on a PowerPoint presentation and put images and things like that in. It's entirely up to you. You are going to argue whether you agree or disagree with this statement. All game developers should release their games for free. All games developers should release their games for free. I would like you to argue whether you agree, disagree, or partially agree or disagree with this statement. Okay? Try and aim for a 1 minute presentation, so that will be you speaking for 60 seconds. You should be prepared to take questions at the end of your presentation. You should think about the success of free and paid for games. Okay, you need to refer to Epic Games and Fortnite. Okay, so we've been looking at Fortnite, we've been looking at Epic Games, we've been thinking about how it makes its money. Think about your own experiences of gaming as well. Okay, think about how, free gaming helps you get into the game before you start spending money on it. The benefits and problems of releasing games that are free, and any information on how developers can create revenue in other ways using relevant examples. Okay, that is going to be your work now for the rest of this lesson. Okay, that's what I would like you to work on. So that will be the end of my input into the lesson. So you need to now prepare this presentation. Feel free to email it in to me. Please email it to me, guys. Please don't be posting it on Show My Homework. It's very difficult for me to access Show My Homework all the time, but on my phone, I've got email attached and it just pings up whenever one of you lovely people emails me a piece of work. So if you do this work and you want to share it with me, please email it to me. Rather than putting it on Show My Homework. So you're going to do this work. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all staying safe and you're working hard. It's very, very difficult to be not in my classroom teaching, but I'm trusting you guys to be getting on with this work that I'm setting you, and I'm spending the time talking through this work with you so that when we get back to the classroom, basically I can just check up on how much you guys have learnt rather than having to go back and reteach everything. I think I will have to reteach some things, but hopefully not too much. All right. I hope you're safe, I hope you're well, and I hope you're happy and looking after yourselves and your families. Okay. For now, that's Mr. McGettigan signing off. Bye-bye.